Finally, Nnamdi Kanu is finally gaining freedom. For the past few years, more than 4 years, this Nnamdi Kanu in question have been in the DSS custody, and from the DSS custody, he have been going to different courts for different rulings and all of that, and nothing is being done about it. Now, the mistake that the federal government actually did was that this particular judge in charge of Nnamdi Kanu case, they allocated this judge to Nnamdi Kanu's case. That's the mistake that Tinubu did, because this judge is already giving the federal government a serious trouble at the moment. This man really wants Nnamdi Kanu to go home, and it is not easy for them to just remove the case from his hand. The only thing that can make Nnamdi Kanu to remain in that DSS detention is when this judge is being removed from the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Is when they remove the case from his hand. But this man is not backing down at the moment. Come and see the way he challenged Tinubu in the court today. You will hear everything that the judge said. A lot of Biafrans have been jubilating because obviously Nnamdi Kanu is going home. Based on what this judge is doing right now, he's not dancing to the tune of the Tinubu government. And we check the track record of this judge. He have ruled against the federal government in more than 8 rulings, 8 different rulings in his career. This man is not backing down. You see everything that he said in this very video. So I will let guys to stay connected to the end of the video. He challenged Tinubu one-on-one in the court, and you can share the video, just where to share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it, like the video, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG Watch TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG Watch TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, just do what to click the red subscription button appearing on your video screen, and as you are clicking it, do what to click the notification bell icon alongside, so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let you to know. A lot of people do not know what is going on as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned. You know, I said it in my previous video. I said some people are already sick of this matter of Nnamdi Kanu, because this man has been engaging in the DSS custody for the past few years, since 2021. For them to keep someone in the custody since 2021, and the person has been going to court, going for different trial, and they have changed different judges on this case, and all of the judges did not do anything as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned. Even the news came out allegedly that it was even some political elite, or they call them political elites, that are actually keeping Nnamdi Kanu in custody. That when they are keeping Nnamdi Kanu in custody, there's nothing the sitting judge can actually do. That was why all the judges, all the previous judges that have been on Nnamdi Kanu case, they did not say anything to do about him. But now, the mistake that Tinubu government did is for the fact that they put Justice Omotosho in charge of Nnamdi Kanu case. Because what this judge is doing right now, this judge is a fearless judge, and he never dance to the tune of Tinubu government. And we check the track record of this judge has fight the federal government in more than 8 occasions, and he ruled against them. The federal government that most of Nigerian judges are dancing for their tunes and all of that, it is what the federal government asked them to rule. That's what they will rule. This man is a different man entirely, and it's just a Yoruba man. It's just a Yoruba man. A lot of people are criticizing Yoruba in the regime of Tinubu just because Tinubu is a Yoruba man, but this man removed all those sentiments. He removed all those sentiments and is ruling in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. You will hear everything that is said with his mouth in this very video. This man is truly a father. You will hear the way he challenged Tinubu in court. He make him know that this is my court, this is not your court. You can be ruling Nigeria, you can be in charge of Nigeria, you are an executive, I'm in judiciary. That was what this man said. I will play you everything. You will hear from the horseman yourself. This man really wants Nnamdi Kanu to go home. He said they can't be keeping him in detention. There is a judge sitting down and making the ruling. I will play the full video. So before I play the video, I'd like us to stay connected to the end of the video. Just stay connected. If you can share the video, just do what to share it. Share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like the video. Like the video, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Let a lot of people get to know what's happening as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned. Listen to what they just said. You know, when the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu were actually fighting their case, they're actually telling the judge why he needs to release Nnamdi Kanu and all of that, blah blah blah. Yes, the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu are already there doing everything possible for this man to be released and granted bail and all of that. But come and hear what they just said. Let me play you what they just said.
As the sitting judge of this honorable court of law, I have listened to the accusers and I've listened to the defendant lawyer as well. And the trial will continue, but let me state this and clear. I can't be intimidated as a judge because it is my duty to ensure that justice actually prevails. It is the duty of the judiciary to ensure that justice actually prevails. I know that a lot of people have lost interest in the judicial system of the country just because of some irregularities that have taken place in time past. But everything will be corrected, and Nnamdi Kanu's case that is in front of me will be a case study to everyone, and a lot of people will believe in the judicial system of Nigeria again. We will never be biased. We will make the justice to stand, and we will not be bullied or intimidated. I will never bow to prayer, and I will never be biased as the presiding judge of this honorable court of law. And my ruling on this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case with the federal government will be based on justice, equity, and honesty. And I will ensure it goes in line with the Federal Republic of Nigeria law and the Nigeria Constitution. I've seen everything about this case as the presiding judge of this honorable court. I've seen everything about how the case actually started, and I already know where the case will eventually end. It is very unlawful to keep someone in the custody for more than 4 years. It is against the law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and this injustice that have been happening for the past few years based on this particular case will not stand. I will keep listening to the accuser and I will keep listening to the defendant. There is no justice in keeping someone in detention for more than 4 years, whereas we can listen to the accuser and defendant lawyer and pass the judgment according to how the judgment will be. If the accused is guilty, we need to pass the judgment and the accused will serve terms. But if the accused is not guilty, we need to pass the same judgment for the accuser to go home freely. And according to everything that is on ground right now, till today, every of the charges that have been leveraged against the accuser, many of them have been removed because the charges did not stand. So the federal government of Nigeria should not be surprised when our ruling is going to take place in this honorable court of law. And I remain the presiding judge of this honorable court of law.
You can see everything that the judge actually said in this very video. Before we continue what the judge stated in this very video, I would like you to stay connected to the end of the video. I'd like you to share the video if you can share it, and if you can't share it, just like it. Like the video, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us, because a lot of people, they are anticipating, they are eager to know what is going to be the outcome of Nnamdi Kanu's case, because many people have lost interest before, because many of the judges that were in charge of the case before, allegedly, many of them did not do anything about it. But this judge is actually making a clear difference, and the difference is what a lot of Nigerians are aspiring to see and hear. And this man is doing everything possible to ensure that what the federal government have against Nnamdi Kanu that is illegal, according to report, allegedly, everything that they charge, all the charges they put against him that is unlawful, they are striping everything out at the moment. That's what they're doing. And this man is saying that he will never be intimidated, he will never be bullied. I said something earlier, this man have fought different cases against the government. He have made rulings on different cases against the federal government precisely, and he have made more than 8 of the cases to be against the federal government. Now, before I play you everything that this man said in the law court and the reason why Nnamdi Kanu will go home shortly, and what he said that makes a lot of Biafrans to be happy, what he said that blows the mind of a lot of Biafrans, and they're already jubilating again because they already know that Nnamdi Kanu will go home. Before I play you everything, listen to the track record of this man. Listen to the cases that they have brought before him that is pertaining to the federal government and the masses. Come and see the way this man have ruled in favor of the masses before, and he ruled against the federal government of Nigeria in more than 8 occasions. Big occasions, big cases, but he still rule against the federal government. Listen to the track record of this man, and as you listen to it, you will hear the remaining thing that this man said in the court that is blowing the mind of a lot of Biafrans, and they're already happy on ground. Just stay connected. If you can share the video, share it. If you can't share it, just like it. I'll come back again.
The judge handling Nnamdi Kanu's case will shock you. So I advise you, if you are not ready to watch this video till the end, just go and come back. If you are eating, if you are cooking, if you are washing clothes, round it up or go and finish up and come back. so that you will not skip any bit of it. Let's go on. So by now, many of you know that he is the one handling Nnamdi Kanu's case. And for you to know, all judges are not the same. Many judges have histories and the way they handle cases. So it was very important for me to go deep and search his history of the cases he has handled in the past and how the verdict went. This is because there is a popular proverb that says, you can know the taste of a food by the aroma coming from the kitchen. Whatever he decides in that court is law. That is why it's important for you to understand the kind of judgments he has given in the past, which will guide you to know both his sentiments, his ideology, and his pattern in dishing out monumental judgments. So please like, share, and if it is your first time, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on notification bell. Justice James Omotosho is a Nigerian judge of the Federal High Court, known for delivering bold and consequential judges, especially in politically charged and constitutional matters. His verdicts have earned him growing public attention for their perceived fairness and impact on Nigeria's democratic and legal landscape. Some notable life-saving or influential judgments. Listen. On reinforcement of fundamental human rights, Justice Omotosho has been commended for rulings that emphasize constitutional rights and civil liberties. He has on occasions ruled against government's overreach, defending citizens' rights to fair treatment, bail, and freedom from unlawful detentions. On landmark rulings on political party primaries, he delivered several verdicts regarding intra-party disputes, especially involving major parties like APC and PDP. His decisions in these cases often helped clarify legal gray areas and protected the rights of candidates on who might otherwise have been unjustly excluded from the ballots. On anti-corruption and accountability, Omotosho has ruled on sensitive cases involving corruption allegation, political office holders, and public funds, ensuring due process is followed while balancing the public interest in transparency. On judicial independence, his boldness in delivering verdicts that may go against powerful interests has been seen by many as a signal of growing judicial independence. Some of these judgments arguably save lives, metaphorically, by protecting democracy, curbing impunity, and preventing political violence sparked by electoral justice. This is just the beginning of what I digged out. I am still going further to cite you 3 cases that will shock you. Listen carefully. 3 cases now. I'm going to read for you 3 cases that Justice Omotosho gave judgments in. Number 3 will leave you stunned. You will not believe it was Omotosho that actually gave that number 3 judgment. So listen carefully. I'm going to read out for you now the 3 shocking judgments where Omotosho was the judge, and you will not believe particular number 3. Let's go. Number 1, his ruling against National Broadcasting Commission's power to impose fines on any broadcast stations, TV stations indiscriminately. This thing happened in May 2023. In a significant decision, Justice Omotosho held that the NBC lacked the constitutional authority to impose fines on broadcast stations, TV stations, radio stations. Anyhow, he set aside the 500,000 fines they imposed on 45 stations, stating that the NBC, not being a court of law, could not exercise judicial powers. The judgment reinforced the separation of powers and protected media freedom. This is number 1. I am shocked because I remember this particular event. Yes, when the NBC just fined TV stations anyhow. And somehow I heard that the court overruled that decision. And I never got to know who the judge was until I started digging now, and I found out it was actually Omotosho who gave this ruling. Now, it will shock you to note that these corporations are federal governments. You understand? They are also federal government owned. And the directors of these institutions have influence and power to maybe even, lobby their way through the courts and get favorable judgment. You can imagine the amount of money for this 500,000 times 45 stations would have meant for the NBC at that moment. And the judge having the mind, the power to strike it off. It was no mean feat, I tell you, because he's like shorting government of income, of revenue. That was a very bold and courageous move by Justice Omotosho as at that time, and it must be commended. Having said that, let's go on. Wait for number 3. You will be shocked. Number 2, striking down on laws that were created that would deny tax debtors, citizens of the right to appeal, tax debts. This thing happened on November 2023. The judge Omotosho struck down provisions in the tax-related laws that required tax debtors to pay 50% of the disputed amounts before they even appeal the assessments. The judge ruled that it is injustice and such provisions were unconstitutional as they infringe on the fundamental human rights of citizens, and it removed their right to fair hearing, ensuring access for justice for taxpayers. This is number 2. And you can see it clearly. On the second occasion now, he has stood for the side of the people, of the masses, because somehow it looks as if the FIRS wanted to enforce that people who are owing debt, of tax, they will be forced to pay 50% of that debt before they even go to appeal the debt itself. And the judge felt that this is injustice. This looks like, kind of like a bully. It's bullying the people, bullying the masses, and it's not going to be of benefit. And the man looked at a whole FIRS and ruled against them, favor of the masses. You can imagine how many judges can do that in this country today. FIRS had everything in power to go and lobby the judge, and the judge maybe can say, oh, I have friends in FIRS, the revenue generating institution, and decide to make friends with them against the people, which you see happen. I know how much he would have made if he sold out. But this man kept to the law. This man kept to his principle. I don't know what kind of person this man is, but it looks as if this man is a man of principle. Let's keep on going to number 3 now. And this number 3 is going to actually shock you. So before we go on, please, I repeat, take your time to like this video, share this video, turn on notification button and subscribe to this channel if this is your first time, because on this channel we tell only the truth without fear or favor. It doesn't matter. Now let's go on to number 3. Are you ready for number 3? Say you are ready. Say I am ready. Say it again. Okay, let's go. Number 3 is this: acquittal and discharging and setting free of 50 IPOB suspects on terrorism charges. This happened on November 2024. Justice Omotosho discharged and acquitted 50 individuals accused of terrorism-related offenses linked to the indigenous people of Biafra. He ruled that the prosecution failed to establish a prima facie case, noting that items like calabash, cowries, and other things presented as evidence were cultural artifacts, not weapons of terrorism. This verdict was seen as a defense of civil liberties and due process. Wow. This happened November 2024. People only heard about it, but nobody knew it was Omotosho that handled that case. So it was Omotosho. So it was him. No. Please, at this point, I think Omotosho deserves, thank you in the comment section. comment something favorable and nice to Omotosho, because so far you can see that this man is an upright man. It would have been easier for him to send them to the prison, but he chose to close his eyes like the eyes of justice is blind and look at the facts only, and haven't seen that there is no evidence to pin those 50 IPOB to any crime. He chose to set them free. Oh, Omotosho, I will say it clear. From what I have discovered about you, you are a good man. Please type it there. Just Omotosho. Thank you. You can type any good comments about him. Please, this act alone on this IPOB is even enough for you to know that this man means well. He's a good man, and that shows you the judgment that he has been dishing out recently in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. It shows you, because some people are saying, I can't be quick to judge you. These people. Let me tell you, you can only tell the taste of a food by the smell in the kitchen. Look at the smell in the kitchen so far. He has been on this for long. It's not today. You can see now. That's why I brought it out, because I wanted to actually know also if this man is actually genuine, or if there could also be some little, scripts going on, just like you. And can't you see, it's obvious that this man is actually genuine. Having said that, please be kind to Omotosho. Be thankful to him because of his character so far. He looks like an upright man and behaves like one. And in all this, I could say that Justice Omotosho actually bases his judgment on one: evidence. If you don't have evidence in his court, sorry. So all these things that the federal government lawyers are doing, I'm just watching them because it seems they don't know Omotosho. They think that maybe he's one of those judges that Buhari was throwing in the courts anyhow to do their bidding. You understand? If you don't have evidence in Omotosho's court, sorry for you. Also, I've seen that he doesn't use sentiment in his judgment. No. Forget sentiment in Omotosho's court. If you want to win a case based on sentiment, forget about it. You understand? He's the real face of justice in this country as it stands today. I am telling you, so far, all he knows is the law, and he sticks to the law. That is how he comes about this judgment so far that has shaken the judicial world. Also, Justice Omotosho is unbiased. He looks like a man that is ethnically clean and clear, unbiased, apolitical, not political, transparent, and doesn't have any sentiments to the court, any biased feelings to the court. So he doesn't look at you like you have a head in one hand, you have two legs, you are a rich man, you are a poor man. That is Omotosho for you. Very clear, very unbiased in his court. Also, he is not afraid to give judgment against the federal government. He is not afraid of that one. He treats the federal government just like he treats any other person, a party to the suit. Finish. He is not afraid of them. He is not in awe of them, and he's not in reverence of them. He just does his job. And if you cannot handle that case, he'd rather to leave that case alone. And before he handles the case, I'm sure he normally says it clearly. If you won't allow me to handle this case the way I want, please don't give it to me. That's the kind of judge Omotosho is. And that is the kind of person he is naturally. You can't change yourself as a person. You can't change yourself as a human being. This is who he is. With this evidence I have brought today, with this discovery and digging I have brought today, it is clear. At least if not for anyone, for releasing those 50 IPOB members. I'm telling you the fact, you won't understand. It shows that this man, he get mind, he has guts. So let me read this. In Justice Omotosho's court, the absence of credible evidence and adherence to due process can lead to the dismissal of cases. of your case. Let me say it again for those that are not here. In Justice Omotosho's court, the absence of credible evidence and adherence to due process can lead to the dismissal of your case, regardless of your political, social implications. His rulings serve as a reminder that the rule of law prevails and that justice must be grounded in concrete evidence and constitutional safeguards. We are at the peak right now, and so far you can see with this now, it is clear that Nnamdi Kanu is going to walk home. With this judge I see, Nnamdi Kanu is walking free. I don't have any fear about that one, because so far it aligns with all his beliefs and all his principles. And everything so far so good is working. The trial after trial alone will show you that this man does not work on sentiment. It was so obvious that, look, I told you, this man is saying, I heard it in the audio, that he's saying that he doesn't have his lawyers. I will take it into what? Consideration. Shikina. He told you from beginning that I heard when this man was saying it in the audio, in the video, that Nnamdi Kanu was shouting to that I don't have my lawyers here. And you kept on doing the interview. Omotosho has known from the beginning that he will strike out that evidence. You cannot try him in his court. You can't try him in his court. Omotosho, God bless you and protect you and keep you. You are a good man. Type it like that, no problem. Add anything you want to add. Type it. He deserves it.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You know, a lot of people, it is only what the federal government want them to see. A lot of judges, precisely, that's what I mean. It is only what the federal government want them to see in court. That's what they will see. There are some federal government cases that are in court that it is what the federal government want the judge to rule. That's what the judge will rule. And by so doing, a lot of people in Nigeria have lost interest in the judiciary. There are some people that once they want to take their matter to court, they'll just be like, there is no justice in the court. Don't let us take the matter to court. Let us just leave it to God, or maybe we can settle it amicably. That's the pain. Even in fact, there are times police will arrest some people and they may want to take the matter to court. Even your lawyer will have to even encourage you or advise you that don't take the matter to court. Just settle it amicably among the people. That's what is happening. A lot of cases are in court, but people are even losing interest in the judiciary. So people will come out to say that, oh, is it not that wicked judiciary? You're some wicked judiciary. Meaning that the judicial system of Nigeria have been manipulated in many ways by the politicians of Nigeria, and it's actually against the common man in most occasions. But this man, according to what he's doing right now, this Justice Omotosho in question, this man is doing everything possible to just ensure that Nnamdi Kanu see justice. If Nnamdi Kanu is guilty, he said he will be the one to actually send him to serve terms in jail. And if Nnamdi Kanu is not guilty, Nnamdi Kanu will go home and there's nothing anybody will do about it. According to report, according to what Nnamdi Kanu himself said, he said there are some political elites that are actually keeping him down there so that he will not join his people in the Biafran land. That's according to what Nnamdi Kanu said. And allegedly, a lot of people actually said that. You know, they said they intentionally keeping him down there so that they will keep eating from the insecurities that are actually ongoing in the eastern part of Nigeria. Because according to reports, there are massive insecurity in the eastern part of Nigeria. And Nnamdi Kanu came out, he said, if they should release him, that 1 minute, all the insecurities that is happening in the eastern part of Nigeria, everything will stop. That they did not burn anybody where they, if he's talking in the east, they don't burn anybody where to talk. That was what Kanu said. But yet, they did not allow him to go. And these securities, they keep inciting the violence in the eastern part of Nigeria. And Nnamdi Kanu said something himself. He said there are some political elites that are in charge of the insecurities that are happening in the eastern part of Nigeria because they're seeing dividends from it. And that's why they don't want him to go. But this judge in court right now, this judge is Omotosho, this man is trying to make difference as far as the judicial system of Nigeria is concerned. He said it will never be biased and it will never come out to spit black when the matter is white. He said it is how it is that it will actually make the ruling, and it will never come out not to call a spade a spade. It will always be there to call a spade a spade. That justice must prevail as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned. How will you keep someone in detention for more than 4 years and you say you trying the person? What kind of trial is that? Those are the questions that a lot of people are actually asking, and a lot of people are actually sick and tired of this Nnamdi Kanu case. You know, when the issue of Natasha started with Akpabio, we don't really know his rights between Akpabio or Natasha. We don't know he's saying the truth. But as the matter remains, when the federal government put themselves in the matter, and it is now Akpabio versus Natasha versus the federal government. It is no more Natasha versus Akpabio. It's not the federal government versus Natasha. Now, in that issue, when the federal government put themselves in the line, a lot of people said something. They said, the federal government have already put themselves in the line that Natasha cannot see justice, that Natasha cannot win the federal government, that it is not possible for you to beat the federal government as far as Nigeria is concerned. But this judge is making it clear, bold and clear that you can win the federal government, because according to his track record, he have defeated the federal government. He have made ruling against the federal government in many occasions. Some judges are scared to make ruling against the federal government, but this man is saying it. He have made ruling against the federal government. That's the track record. You can listen to his track record. But Nnamdi Kanu case will not be different. That if Nnamdi Kanu is guilty, he will make ruling against Nnamdi Kanu. But if Nnamdi Kanu is not guilty, he will not make ruling against Nnamdi Kanu. He will let him go. There's no point in detaining him again. That's what is happening. That's what this man is working towards. He said Nnamdi Kanu will go home and there's nothing anybody will do about it. That's what is happening. That's what a lot of judges cannot come out to say. But this man is saying it bold and clear to the federal government of Tinubu. Now, most of the charges that they put against Nnamdi Kanu, most of the charges have been striped off. They said it's not guilty of most of the charges. Now, I'd like us to drop a opinion in the comment section of this video. Feel free, see your mind in the comment section, as I'm gonna to get another video for you, and share, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG Watch TV, and on LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video, and bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.